Hello everyone, I am Dinky Garg and you are watching Law Putra YouTube channel. Today I will be discussing about the marriages under Muslim law. Marriage under Muslim law is termed as Nikaha. Nikaha is an Arabic term which means union of sexes, which in a legal term means marriage. There are the various definitions of the marriages that are being provided. According to Hida, marriage is a contract between the parties for legalizing their generation. According to Asha, marriage is a legal contract and a willful consent between the parties. And according to Justice Muhammad, Muslim marriage is a civil contract, not a sacrament. So we will be seeing all the terms in this. All the terms it is being provided that marriage is a contract, not a sacrament practice. So why it is a contract, not a sacrament practice, we need to see the very nature of the act. The marriage is the marriage under Muslim law is as similar as to that of the contract law. In this there is a proposal, the proposal which is known as ijab, and the acceptance which is known as kabul by one party, and the kabul the ijab is by one, the proposal or ijab is by one party and the acceptance or the kabul is by the other party. This acceptance, this proposal should be without coercion, undue influence, or without any force. It should be a willful consent of the parties, same as the condition in the contract. This condition, the marriage will be solemnized and will be valid only on certain terms and conditions. That terms and conditions are that they should be competent to get married, means they should have attained the age of the majority. Otherwise it will not be a valid marriage. No doubt they have the option of the puberty as well. In the option of the puberty, what it happens that the person can get, after attaining the age of the puberty, can choose his or her partner according to his will. Third is that it has the same conditions and same circumstances as of the contract. It means that if the one party breaches the marriage, there are legal obligations also present, even though Quran does not support it. This was the nature of the very act, that why Muslim marriage can be considered as the contract. Not talking about the objective of the Muslim marriage. The Muslim get marriage, they have the basic 5 objectives to get married. The first one objective is that they want to restrain their sexual passion. The second is that they want ordering of their domestic life. The third is they want to increase their family and they want the discipline, and they want that the upbringing of the children. Now there, for the essential, for the valid marriage, there are three essentials and requirements that must be fulfilled by each and every valid marriage. If any of these requirement is not fulfilled by that marriage, it would be void or an irregular marriage. The first one is that there should be a proposal and acceptance. The proposal shall be made by one party and accepted by another party. The proposal shall be of undue influence and without any fraud. It should be of willful consent of the party. Next is that the party should be competent to get married. Say they have attained the age of the marriage. It doesn't mean that the child marriage is being going on. There should be proper age. So for a particular age in the Muslim marriage, there is a particular term that is known as the person should attain the age of the puberty. Puberty is the age of the majority in the Muslim marriage. In some laws under Muslim marriage it is provided 15. In some it is provided that when the girl will start getting menstruated, then she will attain the age of puberty. But according to the law, according to terms and conditions of the law, the puberty age is being defined as, in the case of a girl it is 18 and in the case of boy it is 21. So the third condition is that there should be no legal disability. This means that the parties should be legally competent. They should have attained the age of majority. They should not be lunatic or incompetent in any terms. If it is such so, and the marriage is solemnized in that conditions, that even though girl is minor, boy is minor, any of the condition, then that marriage will not be valid. So if, how we will categorize that it is valid marriage, invalid marriage, or regular or irregular marriage? These are the kinds of marriage. There are three kinds of marriage: valid, irregular, and invalid marriage. So for the very first concept of the valid marriage is that when all the conditions and terms are being solemnized between the parties. When all the conditions are being solemnized, are properly agreed by the parties, they have accepted all the conditions, it is known as valid marriage. The parties to the marriage are competent, they have no legal disability, there is a willful acceptance and willful proposal in that marriage. The invalid marriage or irregular marriage, when one invalid marriage is also known as irregular marriage. It means that the party has the has not properly considered the essentials, has not properly satisfied all the essentials. For example, we can say that the witnesses, like witnesses are most important in the marriage of the Muslim marriage. There is no witness in that marriage, in that contract between both the parties. The person is having marrying to a fifth wife. This kind will be invalid marriage, that the things that they can't do. Then this void marriage, in which the certain conditions are not fulfilled at all, that marriage will be a void marriage. These were the certain conditions of the marriage. Now the marriage, we have read about the nature of the marriage, objective of the marriage. So in this solemnizing the marriage, there are certain conditions that needed to be fulfilled. Like for solemnizing a marriage, there should be a witnesses in that, in which they will be listening that the party has accepted the proposal or not. There will be certain amount on which it will be made accepted, and there will, the acceptance of the both the parties is very much required. The women have got these opportunities, these, the status of women have been raised only and only after Prophet Muhammad. Not at all. Firstly, women were under the husband. Now the women were given their separate identity after the Prophet Muhammad.